What's up? What's good? So, I want to talk about my spiritual journey and kind of where I'm at with it and how I started and just my everyday experiences and all of that. I just want to touch on that. So, most of y'all know me 9 times out of 10 from high school or middle school. And bear with me. Let me get up here. It's a beautiful day in nature right now. Get my knowledge from the sun. I hope y'all can hear me in this wind. Okay, so, so most of y'all know me from high school and middle school. And I can't really too much tell you who I was then because I didn't know who I was. I didn't want to fit in necessarily, but I wanted people to be my friend. I wanted friends. I wanted people to understand me. I just wanted to be around people and just, I always knew I was different though. I always knew I was different. I was always the outcast. People said I talked white. Didn't know what the fuck that meant. I just thought I was talking. I just thought I knew how to talk. But I was always an outcast, and I'm still that today. And that's honestly where I feel like, what has got me to where I am today. So my spiritual journey. How do you know when you have had a spiritual awakening? I'm only speaking on myself. I'm not trying to tell you how you feel or what you're going through. I'm just speaking on my experience personally. So I've always had a wandering mind. I've always questioned everything. I grew up in the church. I was in the church choir. I was an usher. I did all that shit. I was all up and through there. But I never really understood it. Like, it never really made me feel anything. Christianity. It never really made me feel anything. And nothing ever made sense. The main thing that didn't make sense is the fact that I couldn't question God or question anything of the word. And I just was always a curious person. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know things that I didn't know, and I wanted to understand them. And for me to not be able to question Christianity, it didn't feel right. It felt like, I can't really explain, but it didn't feel right to not be able to ask questions. They tell you to ask questions in school. They tell you to do these things, but when it comes to church, you can't ask questions. So that's one thing. So here lately, the past, I say 2-3 months is when I officially had my spiritual awakening. I just was tired of feeling the way I was feeling on a daily. I was unhappy with myself, and I would just put this face on to make it seem like I was okay, to make it seem like, I'm this happy, funny, I'm goofy. Y'all know me as this, goofy, having self-humor, I have humor, and I cover up how I feel with my humor. And I was just tired of doing that. I wanted to be complete. I wanted to feel complete, and I didn't know how to get myself to that. So I started reaching out and looking into things and, watching videos, reading, tapping into stuff that your average person wouldn't want to tap into. You know what I'm saying? So I started learning, and ever since, I say maybe a month ago,
more like 2.
it's when I officially started to see the world for what it is, and that's when I knew that's when I was having a spiritual awakening. It's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? When people be like, oh, stay woke, I'm woke, this and that. It's not about noticing police brutality. It's not about being aware of, them watching us on our phones or, them putting things in our food and meat not being real. It's not that. Being woke is a lifestyle. Once you are fully conscious of your surroundings and fully conscious of this matrix and this video game that we're in, it changes every fucking thing. I'm telling you, instantly. I couldn't watch TV the same, television, tell lies to your vision. I know y'all think that's some hotep shit. They be like, oh, all this and that, but it ain't none of that, my nigga. Y'all always want to put a bad spin on things. And my nigga, television really are things that are telling lies to our visions. You know what I'm saying? We're all programmed, and I am no longer programmed, and I am so grateful for that. But, anywho, I no longer move the same. I can't have certain conversations anymore. I can't do certain things anymore. I can't listen to certain music, this gangster rap and all this bullshit that they have put into our heads, that program our brains to make us think the way we think negatively. The TV, all this love and hip hop and these celebrities, all this drama, everybody talking about all these materialistic things. It means nothing. And once you start to notice these things, once you are conscious of these things, everything changes for you. I can't even talk to people the same. I can't even talk. I don't have friends. I don't say I have friends. I don't have friends. I don't believe in friends, because once you are on this level of consciousness, all those people, it's sad to say, but none of those people really serve you anymore, And I know I have a few, friends that I have had and, from high school and up until adulthood in a way that I no longer speak to. And it is nothing on no beef shit. I don't have beef with nobody. I love everyone. But when your brain is on a different level of consciousness, you cannot entertain certain things anymore. You can't have the same simple conversations anymore. You don't have simple conversations. You don't talk about meaningless things. You know what I'm saying? I don't care for these simple things that people are talking about these days, and it makes it hard for me to be around certain people anymore. You know what I'm saying? I've grown out of my friends. I have grown out of some of my family. But half of my family, because they're on this, and I don't judge nobody. Look, I'm telling you, I've been there. I was Christian. I was into all this entertainment and all these things that they feed us on TV and social media and all these things. I was into all of that, so I don't judge nobody, because I was there once. It was up to me to change my level of consciousness. It was up to me to change the way I think, and to escape the matrix. Is really what I have done. I've escaped this matrix, and I'm living my own life. I talk to myself on a daily basis, and I have the best conversations with myself. It's nuts. And these are the conversations that I can't have with those are the conversations I have with myself, and the conversations that I watch on YouTube from these spiritual people that help guide me through my journey. I can't have these conversations with the people around me, or the people I work with, or the friends that I have had, because they are not aware of these things, and they will just look at me, and I'm speaking like from experience, like they would look at me like, bro, you think it too hard, but it ain't even like, no, like I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to help you, but you can't help everybody. You can't get everyone to this level. It is up to them. You can't make anybody do anything. And that's what makes it hard, because people may look at me like, oh, she ghosted me, or oh, she not fucking with me, like what type of shit she on, oh, she fake, all this and that. Like, no, like, yes, I'm changing. We're all supposed to change. We're all supposed to grow. We're not supposed to be the same people we are 2 months ago. Nigga, I'm watching memories on Snapchat and shit from me 2-3 months ago, and I don't even recognize this person anymore, because that is how fast I have grown. That is how fast I have evolved, just like that. And I can only imagine how I will be in 5 years. That's even if we're still on this goddamn earth by then. Goddamn, by anyway. But it's really hard to maneuver in this fake ass matrix when 80% of people, or 90% of people, are on this low consciousness, on the low vibrations. They are all distracted. Everybody's into all of these fake ass things, and it's hard for me. I can't relate to that shit. I can't relate, because it's all fake. We get nothing out of this. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really knows who they are. And I have learned more and more every day who I am. The more I sit with myself, I meditate frequently. I don't meditate as much as I want to, but I meditate at least 3 times a week. And it's a beautiful thing to just watch your thoughts and to be with yourself and, figure out how you feel about shit. Like when I feel away, if I'm in a situation, or if I got an issue with a certain thing, I'm going to sit with myself. I'm going to talk to myself about it, figure out how I feel, and figure out what I am going to do about it. I don't try to cover up my emotions anymore. I don't try to just brush things off. Like I don't, get attitudes with people. I don't do none of that. Like I think I sit with myself first, and then I react. Then I give feedback. You know, we can't think in. But I'm getting off topic. This spiritual journey has been a beautiful thing, and it is limitless. I believe in myself. I believe in a God, but I don't believe in this Jesus guy. I don't believe in that Jesus guy, because when you are, it's super difficult to explain spirituality, because it's just a way of life, and it's a feeling in your spirit. Like I've told y'all before, we are spirits inside of these bodies. This is just flesh. This shit. That's why they decompose when they die. These things are shitty, okay? We ache, we hurt, we get cuts, we get burns. These things hurt, but our spirits are limitless. Our minds are limitless, my nigga. Your third eye. You may not realize how much you use your third eye because you are not conscious of the way that it is used. When you see things in your head that you aren't seeing with your two eyes, but when you imagine things, when you think of yourself on vacation and you see yourself on the beach, you see yourself in the mountains, and you see those actual things, but you are not seeing them with your actual eyes, that's your third eye. And when you see these things, they come to life. And if you really believe in these things, if you see them and you have faith in them and you have an energy and you put an energy into these things, they come to life. I'll give you an example. It was this one time I was driving on the interstate. I'm headed way back to Nashville from Clarksville. It was super late, dark ass interstate. I hate that interstate. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, yo, I hope a deer don't come out here and jump. Like, look, my mind is fucking nuts. I scare myself sometimes, the shit that I be thinking. I'm about tired of this wind blowing, fucking up my video. So I'm gonna walk the opposite way of the wind. So I'm on the interstate, and I'm thinking in my head, wow, I mean, it's late, like I'm scared, it's dark, I hope I get home safe. But I'm thinking, like, what if a fucking deer crosses by this car, just crosses by, and I hit it? And I actually saw it in my brain. I saw this in the back of my head, and I'm seeing it, like I'm visual, like I'm driving, my eyes are open, and it's nothing there, it's a clear as day. But I saw this happening. I saw a deer crossing the street. So after I had that thought, a few minutes later, why the fuck, it wasn't a deer, but why the fuck did a big ass possum cross across the road right there in front of me, and I hit it. I ran over it, and I was in shock for like 5 minutes. This is like 3 years ago. I'm not aware of my psychic ability at that time. I'm not aware of, my spiritual awakening at that time. And I'm in shock like this. Like, bro, I just made that shit happen. I just made this happen. And that is you. That is your godlike abilities. We are psychics. We are magical, my nigga. And I keep getting off topic, but being the spiritual world, you having the spiritual awakening, it's a beautiful thing, and it's really hard to navigate. I'm nowhere near where I want to be with this shit, but every day I'm getting better, I'm getting smarter, I'm getting tighter with my shit, you know what I'm saying? And I just like to share my thoughts, and I like to share my knowledge, because I have been this person to run across certain videos, and it makes me tap into a certain thought, like, what's that about? And then I go look into it. It makes me think. And I like to make people think, because I love thinking. It helps me learn. It helps me to be who I am today. And I fucking love me. I love me. Boom, I got booty shorts out here. It's cold than a motherfucker. But goddamn, guess what? I'm comfortable. I love who the fuck I am. And there's nothing wrong with me. And I have no flaws. And whether somebody else sees the flaw in me, that's on them. But me, every little thing about me, like my shit thin as fuck.
Your girl got alopecia.
I love this thin ass hairline. You know what I'm saying? And it just makes you believe in you more. Being spiritual, it helps you to really believe in yourself and believe in your abilities. You know what I'm saying? And I just like to share my thoughts, because maybe I can help some of you. I'm not a fucking teacher. I'm not a fucking guru. I'm nowhere where I need to be, where I want to be with this spiritual life. But I'm getting better. Each day I'm growing. Aaliyah, my name actually means to evolve. And I'm here for a purpose. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks for watching. I know I was babbling a lot, but thank you for watching, though. And here soon I'll put out more content. I'm going to see what I'm going to do with this. Love.